It's Legion Talk, episode number 8. My name's Co-Star. Lots to talk about this week. We've got the big game against the Sydney Roosters, and let's just hope to gosh we can actually turn our form around. We've got a few of the boys expressing their dismay after the game the other night, so let's just jump straight into it and do this. Well, not a lot we can say about the other night. Look, I was as disappointed as anybody, and I'm sure all the boys were too. A game that was completely in our grasp. We had Parramatta on the rack for 79 minutes of that game, just could not seem to put them to sleep. Once again, get a couple of dubious calls from the referees. It seems to be the situation we're going to get all year, so we can't keep complaining about it. We've just got to get over that hurdle, and we really need to start a run right now. The next 12 weeks is going to be ultra important for us. I think we have about 8 home games in the next 12 weeks and a bye. Look, we need to pick up at least one away game. That'll get us, and all of those home games. We need those 8 home games. So that'll get us 9, 2 byes, and look, we're looking around about 22 with a couple of extra points thrown in for the 2 wins that we've had. It'll get us to about 26 points. So we need that as a bare minimum over the next 12 weeks. That gets us through the Origin period. Not a lot of boys are going to be playing Origin this year, I'm sorry to say, but that's just the facts of life when you're playing the way we are. It may be a blessing in disguise. It may get us back into this competition this year. Either way, we need something to start us off. So, look, let's start it off. Let's have a listen. Sylvia from the Southern Legion was great enough to actually go down there and speak to a few of the boys. Really big effort from the boys to give us a little bit of time because we knew it hurt. And let's listen to what they had to say.
Yeah, this is Titans broadcast, Ben Ridge speaking. Thanks to the Legions for all the support, and go to Titans.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's Nathan Friendly from the Jetstar Gold Coast Titans. Big shout out to the Southern Legion, and thanks for the support. Hopefully we turn our form around and come home with the West Star this year.
It's Ash Harrison here from the Gold Coast Titans. Today we come down to Parramatta and, we come down full of confidence, and it was a game, must-win game type thing for us, and started well, but, a few unforced errors brought them back into the match, and 30 seconds to go they scored a try and put us to bed.
Big thanks there to Ben Ridge, Nathan Friend, and also Ashley Harrison for spending the time with us. Guys, we really do appreciate it. We love the little bit of inside information that you can give us at any stage. And look, we know you guys are hurting, but you can turn it around. You're better players than what you're currently sitting on the ladder is showing. But and another big thanks to Sylvia, obviously. Now, there was a few fans out to the game at Parramatta Stadium, and let's have a bit of a listen to what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Naomi. I'm from the Southern Legion. I've come all the way to Parramatta to watch the Titans tonight. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great game, but it was an awesome game. I'm so looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, so my name's Matt. I'm from the Southern Legion. Travelled all the way from Wollongong off to Parramatta today. Unfortunately, the result didn't go away, but it was a great game. But still a long way to go. I'm sure the boys will bounce back next week.
My name's Greg Downey, Legion member and Southern Legion member. What a game it was at Parramatta Stadium tonight. Really entertaining game. Yeah, very nail-biting. Thought we were going to win till the last 40 seconds.
Big thanks there for all the fans to get down to the Southern Legion and barrack for the boys and really try and cheer them home. Look, he's nearly got them there this week, and awesome effort to get down there and mix it up amongst the Southern areas and the Southern games. Now, we don't hear from the Southern Legion for a few weeks, and the next time that we actually play an away game is against the Bulldogs at Suncorp Stadium on May 27th. Now, we want to try, that's a big double header, people, if you haven't heard of it, so get your tickets now. If you don't know where we're all going to be sitting, jump on Facebook, make your interest known, and we'll give you the information straight away. We're trying to get all the Titan supporters in one bay together at Suncorp, and let's go to Suncorp and win a bloody game for once. It's been a long time coming. We need to get up there and make it our own. Okay, it's time to take a call, and we've got a special guest this week, so let's check it out. All right, now we've got a special guest on the line this week. We've got Super Mario from the Chook Pen in the Roosters equivalent of the Legion down in Sydney. G'day, Mario. How are you?
Not bad, Coaster. Yourself?
Yeah, good, mate, good. And there's a big game coming up this week between our two clubs. And, look, we've had a couple of big ones after the last semi-final, which just gave us a dirty touch-up. I think we deserve to give you one back. Is that right, or...?
I don't know about that. It was a pretty good game up in Brisbane that night last September. So I'm hoping the Chooks can continue on with it.
Yeah, well, it might have been good for you. It wasn't too good for us, I can tell you that. Seeing the season finish that way, but mate, look, you've also been let's say a co-founder of the Roo Crew, where we've got a test match up here at Skill Park in a few weeks. Actually, really, really close, 2 weeks, I think. And, mate, you had a lot to do with starting up the Roo Crew as well, is that right?
Yeah, that was with Die Hard a few years back. We had a bit of a, on the forums, we're having a bit of a chat and decided, the Kangaroos needed a group that, will go around and show some colour, show some voice, show some support for the Kangaroos. And we thought, why not the Roo Crew, get something going there, and there were a few little humps along the way, but we got it going, and Die Hard's getting back onto leading that again this year, and hopefully there'll be a good group in the Roo Crew section up at Skilled Stadium when we play New Zealand.
Oh my word, mate! And it's really good. I mean, I come to a game in Suncorp a few years ago. You guys gave out T-shirts to that game. I think it was Andrew Johns' last game in Australian colours, and. Mate, great night, absolutely great night. It's a great initiative, and it's really good to get behind a bit of international football.
Yes, the 2004 Anzac Day game at Suncorp Stadium, where the famous Benji is a dog's name chant started.
That's it. It was a great game, and it held a great place in my memory. It was always good to see so many Australian fans out there. Look, we're a very tribal bunch, us rugby league supporters, as you know. We tend to stick to our own and hate everybody out from the outside, but we need to, in my opinion, start treating it similar to what the players do and leave the emotion on the field and really embrace the sport as a general whole.
Exactly right. There is so much tribalism in rugby league that sometimes it seems as though it's pushed aside by sometimes by the clubs and the NRL in general. But the more fans get behind their team and really support the team, like with the Legion, with the Chook Pen, and with the Roo Crew for the Australian team, you get so much more out of the game. It just brings another level of atmosphere to the game.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. And look, we really appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us, buddy. I must say, when it comes to Saturday night, there's no holes barred, there's no friendships involved. But that minute that final siren goes, mate, I'll be glad to have a beer with you guys. And it's really good to see fellow league supporters out there just giving it their all.
Yeah, no, definitely right. It's for those 80 minutes, it's going to be no holds barred. But over the past couple of years, where the Rooster fans have gone up to Skilled Park and even to Suncorp last year, the Titans fans have always been accommodating. Before and after the game to us visitors. So we really enjoy actually going up to the Gold Coast, and we actually find that we've got a hell of a lot of Rooster fans that are living up on the south corner of Queensland. So yeah, it's always good for a bit of atmosphere at Skilled Stadium.
Good, mate. All right. Well, thank you very much again, Mario, for popping in.
No problem, Costa. Thanks for the time.
All right, big thanks there to Mario for helping us out this week with the podcast. Look, the Chook Pen are going to be there in full force. They don't have a massive following, not like Dragons, but they do get out and they get amongst it and they go to ground. And look, we appreciate touching base with the other supporter groups. It's a collective effort to get out and support rugby league right across the board. And look, if you're a fan of the game, it's a hell of a lot better than just being a fan of one team. I can tell you that right now, even though we're Titans to the ground. So speaking of Titans to the ground, Saturday night, if we don't want to get drowned out, we need people out in force. And that means we need people in blue and yellow and white, and we need you out there screaming and getting amongst the crowd as much as you can. Now, look, last week we spoke a little bit about reasons for people not coming. One of the reasons that popped up was food and drink prices. Now, I've got a little bit of information about that. Last week I mentioned that I didn't know who ran it. Well, this week I do. It is Stadiums Queensland. They are a organisation which is not part of the government as such. They're like a side branch of the government, so they can't be touched if the government fall or change or whatever it may be. Doesn't help us anyway in the slightest. What they've done is that they've tendered the agreement for the food and drinks at Skill Park out to a company. Now, that company can charge basically whatever they want. They've tendered it out. So until we can actually change the way that process is going, this is an alternative that I'm going to throw at you. I'm not sure if people are aware about this, but this is on the Titans website, and it's under Conditions of Entry to Skill Park, and it reads under the Food and Beverages section, patrons are allowed to bring homemade items such as sandwiches, biscuits, cakes, provided they are packaged appropriately. Small juice, milk or water bottles are also permitted, provided the item is contained in a cardboard or plastic container and the seals are unbroken. Tea and coffee in thermos is acceptable. It will be checked. Now, what that means is you don't have to pay. These are ridiculous prices, like $10 for like 3 bits of calamari and a handful of chips. That's the most expensive potato I've ever seen in my life, and you don't have to stand for it. You can bring your own sandwiches, you can bring your own cake, throw some cordial in a plastic bottle and bring it along. And look, I know it's tough out there. Queensland especially, we're being ravaged by so many natural disasters, and no one's got any coins in their pockets to spare. You paid your good money for a membership. You don't need to pay an extra $100 to $150 every time you go to the football. So this is an alternative. Bring your own. Now, what that means is you can't bring a bucket of KFC into the game, right? They're not going to allow you to do it. You can wrap a couple of sandwiches and a thermostat of coffee and bring that into the game if you so please. I'm afraid it also says that you're not allowed to bring a couple of cartons of beer under your arm, which is a shame, but we'll deal with that down the track. Now, until we can get everything else changed, look, that's an alternative, people. I'm trying hard. We're working at it, and I hope to see you out at the game. It doesn't need to be an expensive affair. Your ticket gets you on the train. It gets you free transport to the game. So just get a ticket, wrap a couple of sandwiches, get out to the game on Saturday night, bring the family, bring the kids, and enjoy yourself and have a cheap night at the football for a change. Okay, the team's been announced for this week, and there is no changes in the football team. Last week, there was a game on Queensland Cup. I don't know what Joseph Tamain has got to do to get in the side. Maybe he's done something during the off-season that has made him fall out of favour, but the kid seems to be playing really well. I hope to gosh he gets a run at some stage. Everyone says that his defence is a bit of an issue. Yeah, okay, maybe you're right, but defence is attitude, and quite frankly, he can't be defending half as bad as all the rest of them that are playing at the moment. I think he deserves a run. I agree with what's been said on the forum. Whether he gets a run or not, I don't know. That's up to Cardi. And as I say, the team's been announced for this week, and there is no changes. So it's not this week. Also on the Titans Facebook site this week, there's been a lot of people jumping on there, giving the Titans a good kick in the guts. Look, don't get involved with them, people. Look, starting a war on the internet is really, there's just a no-win situation. Don't get on there and bait these people. Some of them have got no life. Some of them are the Bear supporters from the Central Coast who, quite frankly, haven't got a team, and they'd rather spend their time hating on the Titans. Look, good luck to them, but we don't need to join in. We're better than that. We've got a football team, and I don't know whether any of you remember what it was like about 5 years ago when we didn't have a football team, but I can tell you I'd rather barrack for a side that loses every week than one that doesn't even play, and I don't want to go down that road again. So we need to get out with our feet on the weekend, on Saturday night. We need to get behind the boys. they're not trying. They're in a bit of a bad luck, and let's hope that once that tide turns and the luck starts to run our way, then we see a lot of good luck, and that's quite possible. And I tell you, referees' decisions have always swung with the team that seems to be on top, and we just aren't on top enough at the moment to demand good call. All right, well, that's just about me for this week. I'm Coaster, wrapping it up. I'm thinking, how do we go out tonight? Look, Cardi's the man. The boys are in a rut. This is a favourite song of mine. Look, we've got the royal wedding this week, so I reached into my British basket and grabbed this band. It's called the Sex Pistols, and it wraps up with... it's Cardi's song, I think, and the boys. And if you're going to do it your way.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. You can't, I'm not a queer. I'll state my case.